Wonderful to see you all joining in with me this morning on Morning Sit with Rev Melissa, Spirit in Practice. And so we have been talking about spiritual partnership. And this kind of unfolded last week through our Sacred series. So if you haven't checked out the Sacred series, please do so. All of the sips are on my I Am Rev Melissa Facebook page. So spiritual partnership has definitely struck a chord with folks. And I have been getting lots of DMs, lots of questions, and I will do my best to answer as many of the questions as I can throughout the course of the week. Okay? So I hope everyone is doing well. Spiritual partnership is a spiritual practice. It is something that when you put the effort and the energy and the intention in it every day to be in spiritual partnership with someone, it's a wonderful, delicious thing. So looking at spiritual partnership as a spiritual practice can shift your whole perspective about growing and being in relationship with another person. So we're going to keep this going. We know that spiritual partnership is a commitment to each other's spiritual growth, right? To the evolution of our soul. Because spiritual partnership is a consciousness of oneness. It's a consciousness of growth. It's a consciousness of expansion. The consciousness of spiritual partnership. Okay? So we talked yesterday and maybe even the day on Friday about having those conversations, having those important conversations about how we are relating with each other in a spiritual partnership. What is our intention in being in relationship with each other? Have that conversation. What is your intention? As a couple, as partners, are you walking in the same direction as your partner is? And the commitment to changing the person is not what I'm talking about. So in spirit, so this is to answer one of the questions. So one of the questions had to do with is spiritual partnership about being committed to wanting the person to change, right? So I want to clarify this because this is really important. How many of us get into relationships, the person is the person that they are, and we start thinking about the ways in which we want them to change. We wish they were this. We wish they would do that. I know I have, and sometimes I have to catch myself still doing it. So a consciousness of wanting to change a person, wanting them to be different, is different from being committed to their spiritual growth. So don't try to play mind tricks on yourself and think that, oh yes, I'm committed to his growth because I can see that he needs to change 1, 2, 3 things about him. You know, if he fixed those things, he will be on the path to awakening. You know, we play those games with ourselves in our relationships. The person that is before you is the person that you are consciously choosing to be in relationship with. That is important in a spiritual partnership. If you are unconsciously doing things in relationship with another with the intention that the person will change, then you are in for a rude awakening. Fix-it energy in relationship is not spiritual partnership. It's a relationship, but it's not based in growth, expansion, healing, seeing love, seeing the light of the person, because you're fixated on what is wrong with them or what you perceive to be wrong with them. So I hope that clears up that distinction between spiritual growth and wanting someone to change. And in all honesty, what business is it of yours or what it is that you want that person to change? And whatever it is that you want that person to change, beneath it is probably something that you need to change within yourself, because it's all a reflection back. So that's an opportunity for you to check in with yourself. When you're like, oh, I wish he would fix this, I wish he would do this, check yourself. That's not the energy of spiritual partnership. Okay? So thinking that you want someone to change into what you want them to be is not spiritual partnership. Growing, being in a committed relationship where each person is invested in the other person's spiritual growth is what we're talking about when we talk about spiritual partnership. So what is the feeling tone of your relationship? What's the feeling tone that you have? And think about it. If you're not in a relationship right now, what was the feeling tone of the relationship that you were in? Was it a feeling tone of appreciation, gratitude, harmony, expansion, clarity, forgiveness? Was that the feeling tone of the relationship? Or was it something else? Was it a feeling tone of disharmony, a feeling tone of control, a feeling tone of inauthenticity? What was the feeling tone? And that's another conversation that you can have with your spiritual partner. What feeling tone are we co-creating together in our relationship? Like, have the conversation. Oh, I want a feeling tone. I want a feeling tone of enthusiasm in our relationship. Okay, so we're clear. Enthusiasm is the feeling tone of our relationship. Joy is a feeling tone of our relationship. Having a feeling tone of, I'm wrong, I can't do anything right, there's nothing I could do to make you happy. That underlining feeling tone, be aware of it. Be aware of it. That's fixed energy. That's low frequency energy. Spiritual partnership is on a higher vibration. It's a higher frequency because the frequency is love, just as the person is, knowing that you are committed to their spiritual growth. You are committed to their spiritual growth. Very different. So have that conversation. I'm not just saying this like for play. I'm saying this for real. Have the conversation about what you want the feeling tone of your relationship to be. What is your intention, and what are you placing attention in your experience with the other person? What is it? What are you paying attention to? Are you paying attention to everything that you think they're doing wrong? Or are you paying attention to the wonderful things that they're doing? I know I have to catch myself sometimes with my husband and start, nitpicking on every little thing that I think he could do better or I think he didn't do. Right? I have to catch myself. I have to go within and say to myself, okay, Melissa, what are the things that you haven't done? What are the things that you need to check within yourself? And stop projecting that out onto the other person. So, whatever your intention is, that is where your attention will go. So, is your intention on supporting the spiritual growth of the other person or not? Is your intention a creative dynamic? Or is it a limiting dynamic? A limiting dynamic. The feeling tone of limitation is something that is not in a spiritual partnership because it's all about growth. It's all about expansion. So have those conversations. Spiritual partnership is an opportunity right now, if you're in a relationship, to have these conversations. What are we growing in together? What is our intention for our relationship? What are the things that you feel within yourself that you need to release and heal? I want to support you in that. What is the feeling tone that we are creating in our relationship? Those are dynamic conversations, high vibration conversations, conscious conversations of consciousness of love is what we are cultivating in spiritual partnership. Okay? All right. So I'm not going to do a gulp today. I did a gulp yesterday, y'all. I'm just doing a sip today, just a sip. So tomorrow we're going to explore unity in spiritual partnership and disagreement in spiritual partnership, because we do have disagreements. And so how do we go about addressing and being in spiritual partnership when we're in disagreement? So stay tuned for that tomorrow. I'm very excited. And today I am wearing, I wore this one before, but it was backwards. Remember when my camera, I didn't know I could turn the camera around. So now I feel like I'm wearing it for the first time. So this t-shirt says, humankind, be both. And on the back it says, we were all human until race disconnected us, religion separated us, politics divided us, and wealth classified us. And so I'm wearing this one today because I'm feeling some kind of way about the events that are happening in our world. And I just want to send love and light to George Floyd and his family. We all know what is happening in our world because of separation, a consciousness of separation, a consciousness of supremacy that is based in lies. But I'm going to hold that. I want to hold that for a Sunday in praise. So peace and blessings. Everyone be safe out there. Sending love and energy and light to you all, and enjoy.